Hello, this is Regdrin, and next to me is my now mortal enemy.
Stone of Triumph.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how challenges work, shall we?
Okay, so challenges are basically maps you can send to either the user public at large or
to a single person.
And I have sent a challenge to Regdrin. I have built the map myself, I built the opposition myself, and now he gets to deal with it.
Yeah, this is all your fault.
You asked for it.
Well, more than one person asked for it. Which one do I choose?
The revised one.
The revised one? Okay. I see we have a fully black empty map, so that should be pretty easy. And it's a little bit buggy.
Were you able to load it last time?
No, that's the first time I tried to load it.
I hope this works.
Alright, I hope it works too. There we go.
Okay.
So the challenge function is a little bit shaky code-wise, but with a little persistence you can get it to work. Alright, so we got some frontliners and backliners, which is a highly unorthodox and unexpected setup. I think that at minimum your cruiser setup should only have two lines. Like having a front line of pulsars, a mid line of beam lasers and rockets and stuff, and then a back line is not actually that great because a lot of the fire goes on to a smaller part of your fleet and bad things might happen.
And it's just extravagant, really.
Well, extravagance is kind of the name of the game, but I think this game kind of encourages extravagance with its design, but nonetheless.
So rocket cruisers, you say?
Yes, rockets. And I'm going to bring in some beam lasers as well.
Okay.
As soon as I find out what and where those things are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as I'm sure you've seen, I tend to rely a fair amount on my frigate backline.
Yes.
And I've made a few that are specifically programmed to go after enemy frigates because that can be a necessity depending on their builds.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a huge fan of frigate missiles for dealing with cruisers, but against other frigates they tend to work okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with this kind of front line, which is supposed to be pretty large and all face the enemy at roughly the same time, each of them has one guidance scrambler beam, and hopefully that'll be enough to not immediately die.
Okay.
Let's see, my missile cruisers are fairly expensive, so I tend to go fairly light on those.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, I actually want to expand this a little bit, because I want to, even though this is a very, very important challenge to the death which will affect our futures forever, I want to be a little silly and include a couple of mega missile cruisers in there.
Okay.
I'm also going to include a couple of very expensive for their firepower, but nonetheless personal favorite plasma frigates.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think plasma is fun.
No, I'm not going to argue with that.
And finally, I see some fighters here.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to guess that you're not going to try to fighter swarm me.
Uh-huh.
Because that has not really... Okay, I haven't actually seen a whole lot about how you handle fleets, but...
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard you say anything to indicate that that's your style. So I'm gonna just... take a guess that these are probably here for escorts. Which means that if I'm going to provide fighter cover, it needs to be fairly far up. Like, far enough to kinda cover these cruisers if you decide to have them be laser fighters that kinda need to get close in. That's a little bit of a gamble. I'm going to bring in, let's say, for that number of fighters, I think 3 tractor frigates might be necessary here. And, let's see. Let me just make sure that these are, in fact, the... Actually, you know what? Let's take no chances here. These are fewer tractors, but since I'm bringing 3 of them, I might as well just make sure that my frigate backline is all rocket-proof. Well, fighter rocket-proof.
Okay.
It's more expensive, and cost actually matters here, because I'm going to assume that there are no extra points here, and the total cost of allowable is roughly what you used.
Yes, I am 29 points short of full cost.
Okay, and I will throw in some painter fighters in back here as well. They're gonna have a fairly wide berth, just in case. And also, I do want to bring in some beam frigates as well, but because their range is similar to the cruisers, I think I have to have them take a fairly strict formation, which calls for the formation command.
I swear I put more frigates in there.
And these will shoot at enemy frigates first, but that's not their main job. Their main job is kind of a, as we've talked about before, a follow-up punch. I'm kind of betting on... Let's see. Also, I don't think that missile cruisers should be actually that far back. I think the sooner they get to shoot, the better. And you don't need a whole lot of distance to discourage them from taking shots from cruisers, and also they'll kind of spread themselves out naturally as the fight progresses.
Right.
Alright, adding some more of those beam frigates in formation. I need to make sure that they're actually formation and not escort, otherwise things could get a little messy.
Weird.
Yes. Yeah, these are set to escort, and it's a good thing I noticed.
Oh, okay, those... Okay, I found the frigates that are supposed to be there.
Oh, you're talking about these ones?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You set them to escort, by the way.
I set them to escort a second time. I'm just so used to setting things to escort.
Theoretically, I shouldn't be helping you, but...
Well, I think that amount of chivalry is okay.
Okay.
Alright, that's another tractor cruiser that I should escort with things that can follow up on the tractors.
And you were going to put some painter fighters down?
Indeed I was.
Okay.
Now, I don't have a whole lot of points left for painters, but I tend to use them in small numbers, so it should be okay. I think with 8 per formation, I should be okay. So it looks like I only have room for 2 of these formations. So I'll just kind of hope for the best. No, wait, there's a tractor frigate up there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll figure the details later. Like in 5 minutes or so, most likely. Alright, so I may have to remove a couple of frigates on the side.
What
like
for?
this one. to make more room to finish off the anti-fighter formations.
Okay.
These actually are supposed to be escorting.
Okay.
And I guess 5 will have to do. I have no fighter offense. Now, I did consider putting rocket fighters near the front line because I'm not sure how much fighter defense you put on your cruisers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually still kind of considering that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm not sure exactly how much anti-shield stuff that I need to bring with me here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one, actually.
Yeah. Well, you could play and find out.
Oh, I'm sure I'll find out, and most likely, if and when the first engagement doesn't work, I'll probably have to adjust my formations and types of things that I bring.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of more of an experiment than anything else.
Yeah. Okay.
And I find that this distance works roughly well enough because rockets have reasonable range to them.
Yeah, they have like 450 or something.
Yeah. And let's see, how many more fighters can I fit? 1. Should I send this brave fighter out there?
Throw him in.
That will make the true difference in this battle.
Okay, so you want to give it a whirl?
Yes, I think I will give it a whirl.
Okay.
Those are quite a few cruisers in the back. I expect them to be missile cruisers because it's even the same type. Yeah.
Well, they lend themselves well to certain roles.
Okay, so now I made all of these cruisers roughly the same speed so that they shouldn't fall out of formation too easily. Mm-hmm. That speed is not fast because in addition to being expensive, armor is heavy.
Yes.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Take a deep breath, and let's begin the showdown.
I was just experimenting. I wasn't really doing anything, weird.
Experimenting... I don't know. I find that experimenting does lead to weird stuff, though. So, it looks like you are using a swarm attack.
Yeah.
So, I did take a precaution for that sort of thing.
Yes. Yeah, I see the target painters.
Well, yeah, that's just my standard anti-fighter formation, though. The real precautions that took some extraordinary measures was to make not only the frigates, but also the cruisers rocket-proof, because I remember saying a few times, oh, the enemy fighters rarely target my cruisers, so I don't have to worry. But since you heard all of that, I figured in this case I might have to worry. But it looks like, actually, that's not what's happening. So far, I can't really see the damage numbers very well because, for whatever reason, Gratuitous Space Battles doesn't really show the damage number for something that kills a fighter. I don't know why it works that way, and I'm kind of annoyed by it.
Okay.
But we're not... My side is not being immediately killed, at least, so there's that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a bit less worried about this outcome than if the fighters were escorts for your cruisers. That would actually scare me a fair bit. Nonetheless, you know, there was the possibility that I would have been caught off guard by it. And here comes the missiles.
Yeah. I'm not worried about them.
Well, I was looking at your missiles over here. And it looks like you've got plenty of anti-missile stuff as well.
Yeah, there are 2 guidance scramblers on each cruiser.
Oh, dang. So you're ready for my rockets, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even know you were using rockets. I just figured I'd have to deal with your fast missiles somehow.
I don't think I... Oh yeah, I actually did bring fast missiles. I just didn't invest too heavily in them.
By the way, each of those cruisers in the back is equipped with 5 multi-warhead missile launchers, which is why you're still taking missile damage.
Well, yeah. I'm actually... Let me think about that. I actually haven't tested a whole lot how anti-missile systems interact with the various kinds of missiles and what's efficient for what. It looks like a lot of the anti-shield work is going to be done by my plasma frigates if they reach the battle in time. There's a good chance that they won't. Oh, no, wait, no, there's some of them are contributing, at least.
Yeah.
But your shields are holding up pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
Well, some are better than others, but that's just how the battle goes, usually.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like I may have invested too heavily in the beams. Actually, my ships might be cooperating too much. Because I was kind of hoping I'd take the shields off of a lot of the frontliners early.
Well, it could still go either way.
Yeah, it could. It's kind of tough to tell right now.
So, you want to know the orders I gave my missile ships?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
I gave them Cooperate, Vulture, and Retaliate, which means they'll screw up anything they're all shooting at, plus they'll only fire at enemy cruisers that are still capable of shooting at my ships.
Yeah, but how would that interact with Vulture? Because low health ships...
Well, they beat the hell out of them. They beat the hell out of any ship that can still shoot and then move on to the next one.
No, I mean, I said ships that cannot shoot back, because those will be ships at low health, and Vulture kind of interacts with that, too.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like you pretty much got it.
I might have. Basically, my goal is modest, which is to make you change the builds of your entire... Make you build new ships.
I don't think that building new ships is necessary for this one. If I was going to guess, the real problem with my lineup is that I brought out beam laser cruisers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a better policy is to...
So let's look at the post-game stats.
So it looks like, a high number of missed shots happens a lot when there are fighter swarms at the start. Aside from that, yeah, the damage reflection was a pretty big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad it doesn't give a separate thing for missiles that were stopped by enemy defenses.
Let's see. That may count under missed shots. I don't know. Because you were hitting fairly well with the other things you were firing at me.
Yeah.
So, that's what I brought to the table.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's a... I don't think the anti-frigates were really needed because your frigates kind of went out ahead.
Yeah, it's a flaw in the design.
Yeah, that's why... Let's see, did you have them as escort or formation or what?
Escort.
Escort.
Yeah, that was my mistake. I think it might be the one that cost me.
Alright, So with that in mind, I think I'm still going to have 2 lines, but they're going to be 2 different lines.
Okay.
It's fine to keep the rockets here. I don't think that the scramblers actually are great against rockets.
Mm-hmm.
So which kind of pulse cruiser should I bring? I think
You think I'm gonna give you an idea?
I think I'm going to bring this kind here.
Mm-hmm. That one?
Yes, this one.
Okay.
I was considering that you might bring pulse cruisers yourself, which is why I kind of heavily armored my frontliners.
Well, I anticipated that you would anticipate my maneuver, which is why I equipped all of my frontliners with light plasma.
Uh-huh. Light plasma.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I do have this pre-build that was used for something else, which is a faster pulse cruiser that has 2 guidance scramblers each, so they should be able to reach the battle in time to make a difference. And I think I'm gonna have them kinda at the flank, traditional cavalry style.
Uh-huh. Sure. Whatever floats your boat. So, I noticed you removed a bunch of your frigates, so do you plan to replace them with anything?
Yeah, my anti-frigates didn't really contribute anything because I thought that your frigates would be a bigger threat than they actually were.
Well, feelings mutual.
Well, my frigates survived till the end, at least. I think this kind of... let me take a look at the range for these guys. Yeah, they're set to attack at...
400.
Wait. Why are they listed as being... Did I select the wrong thing? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so they'll go in formation with the rockets because they still move at roughly the same distance here.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, attack range... No, still a bit lower, actually. But I think I can just let them go like this because they won't outspeed my fleet, and especially not these guys.
Uh-huh.
But if I'm going to use the pulsars, I need to use a lot of them because they're going to take fire from pretty much the entire enemy fleet.
Yes. You have plenty of points to spare. You could just add a few more.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to assume that your ships are armored enough to withstand pulse guns. That's actually not that difficult.
Uh-huh.
That was a rather quick affirmation. I thought you'd be at least a little bit more secretive about it.
Well, you know, if you've already guessed it...
Yeah, but you didn't have to confirm it. Alright. In that case, let's see. I think I have a new idea.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah, so, frigate beam lasers are not amazing against shields, but they'll take down cruiser armor pretty reasonably.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna dispute any of this. Yeah, the reason I went with light plasma in case I needed some extra punch against armor is because light plasma is actually more effective damage-wise over time.
Oh, I thought that medium plasma was the way to go.
Well, the thing is, medium plasma can still miss cruisers.
Yeah.
And light plasma has a significantly better fire rate.
Yeah.
So, more hits over time equals more effective damage.
Yeah. I will say, though, I kind of got the impression that if you're going to use light plasma, you might as well just bring plasma frigates since you can field more of them for the same cost.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had my own ideas of what would work.
Yeah, I don't think I had enough plasma frigates out there. Apparently I only had a couple. Oh, I forgot to set this to escort.
Yep. So, what else you bringing? You still got, like, 5,000 points to spare.
Yeah. I'm still, working out orders, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I have better missile defense this time around.
Yeah.
And I should have pretty good... Oh, this is the wrong kind of pulse cruiser. That could have been bad.
Oh, you wanted the faster one?
Yes.
Okay.
And assuming that I can close in alive, I should have pretty decent DPS with this.
Okay.
Let's see, I can throw in another one.
That's the slow one.
Oh, that's the slow one. Thank you for telling me. You didn't have to do that.
I know.
Aside from that... Let's see. The rockets can stay. Oh. Okay. That could have been bad. That could have been bad. I don't know why it happened, but I'm glad it kinda didn't.
Okay, so what you gonna put there?
I think I'm gonna try what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Go for it. White plasma cruisers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I made these for my It's Plasma Day challenge.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of plasma.
Yeah, I figured. Those things have like 9 weapon mounts.
They're also a little faster than the rocket cruisers.
Okay.
So they'll come in to support a little earlier. And aside from that,
Yeah.
I don't even remember what happened to the rocket fighters.
Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, they got killed by my own tractor frigates.
Oh yeah, you had tractor frigates?
Yeah, it's those 3 guys in the back.
Okay. Yeah, that probably didn't happen until the rocket fighters were freed up, since they were still on escort duty.
Yep. But
So,
I assure you, your rocket fighters did nothing.
Really? Okay.
You still got a couple of 1,000 points left.
Let's see. These can more or less stay where they are, I think, because it looks like your fighters are programmed to go over after my fighters, and, well...
Okay.
I should move them closer around here in that case.
Sure. You do you.
Let's see, this one... Yeah, let's... If I'm gonna do this, I kinda need to flood the front line with these.
Yeah. And, that about cuts it.
Yeah, just about.
You gonna give it a shot?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's watch my fighters fight uselessly.
Yeah. So why did you decide to fighter swarm me anyway?
I just wanted to see what happened. Remember, I wasn't doing this to min-max, I was experimenting at it.
Well, yeah, I guess, but sending a fighter swarms is not exactly a completely unknown tactic in this game. It's used in pretty much every pre-made map.
Would it help if you knew that these were actually pretty cheap?
I guess. I mean, if they're unarmed, then they're pretty cheap.
No, I'm not going to send unarmed fighters in on last stand.
Let's see.
As funny as it would be, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, rocket fighters are not the most expensive. I think the most expensive would actually be torpedo fighters.
Who uses those? More on that too.
Yeah, I see what you mean about the tracking of those light plasma. They even hit frigates.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is kind of what I expected would happen. Your fast pulse cruisers pulled out ahead of the rest of your line, so...
Well, only one of them is really that far. I'm starting to hit with the plasma already.
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like one of my guys got isolated. Oh well.
Let's see. Looks like you got some pulsars as well.
Oh yeah, each of my frontline cruisers has 3 cruiser lasers as well as their light plasma. Plus, my frigates are equipped with 2 ion blasters each.
Still looks a little bit more back and forth than last time, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have it this time, but we'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, I armored up my ion blasters frigates so they deflect cruiser pulse lasers too.
Yeah, but I haven't seen a whole lot of deflecting so far.
Well, there's some going on up here. In fact, they just blew up one of your pulse cruisers.
So now it looks like we're gonna kind of have a battle over the back lines.
Yeah.
Well, we still got plenty of light plasma in the back here, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like my rocket fighters are actually doing okay this time. And we've got someone finally swerving in from the side here.
Yep.
That might actually help to sweep things up. Mm-hmm. Although, it looks like there's not a whole lot of sweeping to do, actually. Yeah, so there's still missiles incoming, of course. But it doesn't look like that's going to be enough to wipe out the whole fleet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Didn't have to take out the last cruiser after all.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'll rate the difficulty 1 star for every time that you beat me.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, fine. Fine, 3 stars for every time that you beat me.
Okay.
Which means I'd have to rate it 6 stars if you beat me twice.
Well, you'd find a way, don't worry about it.
Enjoyment is actually not bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, remember, I didn't make this challenge public.
Yeah.
I sent it directly to you.
Yeah, you could have made it public, though. Why didn't you?
I don't like unmoderated comment sections.
Well, they're actually not too mean-spirited about it in my experience.
Uh-huh.
So, notes about this fleet. What I think the weirdest thing I noticed about how this worked is you spent a lot more of your expense getting ready to melee my signature pulse cruisers, but that's the build that won rather than the rocket and missile thing, which...
Well, that's because you committed to an all-frontline cruiser force.
The second time?
Yes.
So, I think the previous thing might have worked if I actually committed to more missiles, believe it or not.
Uh-huh.
And maybe used more fast missiles and fewer mega missiles.
Uh-huh.
Mega missiles are fun if the enemy doesn't go to extraordinary methods to remove missiles, but... like, if I put 4 missile cruisers in the back and, let's see, went with more rockets and relied on beam frigates instead of beam cruisers. Actually, how about while we're here we test that out?
You know? You got the time.
I got the time. Alright, so it looks like double guidance scrambler beams just kind of stop missile strategies.
Well, certain kinds of missile strategies, anyway.
Like, what kind of missile strategy would work better, then?
The one that was able to beat my double scramble strategy was actually in a challenge I fought, which involved a lot of stationary rebel light cruisers loaded down with fast missiles.
Oh, just nothing but cruisers loaded down with fast missiles.
And target painters.
And target painters staying still.
Yes.
Alright, I guess you can't rely on rockets to overwhelm that sort of stuff. Rockets. I tried to like them. I tried so hard. But it turns out that if these were all pulse beamers, we probably would have been better off.
Yeah. So, should we call it a day?
Yeah, I think so.